Kepada sahabat media dan tamu undangan sekalian, mohon untuk mengisi kursi di depan terlebih dahulu. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the launch of Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. Hadirin dimohon berdiri. Menyanyikan lagu kebangsaan Indonesia Raya. Hadirin dimohon untuk duduk kembali. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gio and I'm delighted to welcome you to the launch of Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. Marking the third release since its initial launch in 2023, Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison and Twimbit is launching this annual research born from a shared passion to accelerate Indonesia's digital economy growth through a wide range of innovation and technology-driven solution. With the theme of Building Bridges of Tomorrow, this year's edition underscores the power of collaboration among communities, the government, and cross-sectors institutions, and more importantly, how AI can accelerate digital transformation and propel Indonesia towards becoming a high-income nation by 2045. Boleh tepuk tangan ya semuanya. Terima kasih. But before we dive in further, we are pleased to welcome Bapak Nesar Patria, the Vice Minister of Communication and Digital Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. Welcome, Bapak. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bapak Vikram Sinha, the President Director and Chief Executive Officer of Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison. Welcome, Bapak. Bapak Manoj Menon, Founder and Chief Executive Officer of Twimbit. Bapak Aditya Hadi, Senior Business Editor of the Jakarta Post. Welcome, Bapak. Indosat Board of Director and Chief, thank you so much for joining us today. Management from Indosat Group, Lintas Arta, Arta Jasa, BDX Indonesia, thank you for joining us. Sahabat media and all esteemed guests, thank you so much, welcome. To start this event, we'll be hearing welcoming remarks by Bapak Vikram Sinha, the President Director and Chief Executive Officer of Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison. To Bapak Vikram, the stage is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Panezar, our President Commissioner, all our media friend, management team from Indosat and distinguished guests. I want to share with you a true story. Panezar, when merger happened in 2022 January, there were a lot of questions on global failures of merger. And we were very clear that we wanted to make sure that this merger is good for Indonesia, good for Indosat, good for our employee and customer. One thing which we learned within 1 month of merger was the larger purpose. Indosat is a very iconic brand, 58-year-old company. This is the first company which has connected Indonesia to the world, Satellindo satellite days. So when we were traveling to all regional office, what I realized that all our employees connect to the larger purpose of empowering Indonesia. And that is how we start building. Everything which we do revolves around our larger purpose. Fast forward, it has been 4 years from merger. Yes, our merger has become a global showcase. And this is not Indosat success, this is Indonesia success. That shows how much potential Indonesia as a country has. If you do the right thing, you will see the result. We proved it to the Western world. First time Europe came to Indonesia to not only see Bali and Jakarta, to learn how mergers are done. So it was a very proud moment for all of us in Indonesia. Now, how do we make our purpose true? So every year from 2023 onwards, we have been putting this report with the help of Twimbit and Manoj personally invested on this. I just want to share with all of you the important role which telco sector plays. We have been in the business of connectivity. I've been in the industry for 2 decades, working in 5 different countries, right from India to Africa to Middle East. Last 10 years, I have been working in Southeast Asia, and last 7 years in Indonesia. But one thing I can tell you, there is no better time than now. Think of it like this: connectivity plus compute, what we call it as intelligence, getting delivered at edge and in a sovereign manner. This is the time to give it back to the country. We can give intelligence with connectivity, and not only in Jakarta, we can give it in Tarakan, we can do it in Jayapura at the same time. And for this to happen, the most important thing is collaboration. No one company can do it alone. This is all about coming together for the larger purpose and creating impact at scale. I personally want to thank Panezar, our President Commissioner, who on his other capacity as Vice Minister has taken a mandate of Indonesia AI Center of Excellence. I think this is the platform where we all want to work together. Everyone. This is not a platform to compete. This is a platform to collaborate, to create impact at scale. So Indosat is fully committed to work on all the 6 pillars which has been identified. Our biggest focus will be to ensure that we are using AI and technology as an accelerator to benefit the people of Indonesia. And we want to make sure that special focus is put on health, education, agriculture. These are the areas we want to put special focus. What do we want to achieve? We want to contribute towards the larger vision which our President, Bapa Prabowo, has put of 8% GDP growth. It is our collective responsibility to use technology, to use AI, to accelerate those benefits. Because what will this 8% GDP growth bring? It will bring zero poverty. It will benefit every Indonesian. And we believe, as being part of Indosat, it is our responsibility to go all in and support on accelerating this. So Panezar, I want to assure you from our management team that the number 1 focus we will have on investing on human talent, because we believe that for this to get unlocked, we have to invest significantly on developing our human talent. For sovereign to be real, until unless we invest on human talent, we will not be able to unlock the full potential. With this, I again want to call for collaboration. I want to take this opportunity to make a call that let's come together on this larger purpose, a mission of working towards ensuring that we create AI at scale which has benefit for everyone. Terima kasih. Thank you.
Thank you so much Bapak Fikram for your welcoming remarks. Seperti yang sudah disampaikan oleh Bapak Fikram, di Indosat kami punya satu buah tujuan besar, yaitu memberdayakan Indonesia. Dan kami juga mendukung visi Astacita dari pemerintah, yaitu mendukung pertumbuhan ekonomi sebanyak 8%. Seperti itu. Nanti kita akan bahas lebih lanjut lagi, dan semuanya ada di Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. Namun tanpa berlama-lama lagi, I would like to also welcome Bapak Nesar Patria, the Vice Minister of Communication and Digital Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. Please give a big round of applause.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Yang saya hormati Presiden, Direktur dan CEO Indosat Organization, Bapak Fikram Sinha, founder dan CEO Twimbit, Bapak Manoj Menon. Dan rekan-rekan media serta Bapak Ibu hadirin sekalian. Di sini juga hadir senior editor bisnis Jakarta Post, Aditya Hadi. Mas Aditya. Oke, terima kasih. Yang pertama, Komdigi menyambut baik peluncuran Empowering Indonesia Report 2025 oleh Indosat, dan tadi Pak Fikram saya kira sudah memberikan satu frame konsep yang cukup penting, dan ini sejalan dengan visi Indonesia Digital 2045, khususnya kalau kita breakdown ke apa yang ingin kita lakukan sepanjang 5 tahun ke depan, ini sejalan dengan peta jalan AI nasional. Tadi Pak Fikram sudah menyebutkan ada dua hal yang penting sekali, yaitu connectivity dan compute. Saya kira ini dua kata kunci yang sangat signifikan pada hari-hari ini dalam rangka bagaimana kita memajukan transformasi digital di Indonesia. Bapak Ibu sekalian, untuk soal connectivity, saya kira kita sudah banyak melakukan kemajuan-kemajuan yang penting, terutama di jaringan 4G. Kita tahu bahwa konektivitas sudah bisa menjangkau 97% dari wilayah pemukiman yang ada di Indonesia, dan kecepatan internet masih harus kita tingkatkan, memang belum sampai kepada 100 Mbps, masih di sekitar 36,7 Mbps, namun demikian penetrasi internet sudah 80%. Dan tentu saja dengan sejumlah program yang dilakukan oleh industri telco untuk memperkuat konektivitas yang ada di Indonesia, saya kira dalam 5 tahun ke depan kita akan bisa bersanding ya dengan negara-negara tetangga yang sudah mencapai di 100 Mbps kecepatan internet, dan juga jaringan 5G. Kalau kita bandingkan dengan Malaysia, Malaysia sudah 80%, kita mungkin less than 10% I think untuk jaringan 5G. Pemerintah mencanangkan 32% setidaknya jaringan 5G itu bisa tersambung sehingga tahun 2030. Nah, ini tentu saja membutuhkan kolaborasi yang cukup kuat dari semua stakeholder di industri telco. Yang kedua adalah soal compute. Saya kira ini yang sangat menarik. Di compute kita akan bicara dua hal. Yang pertama adalah infrastruktur artificial intelligence, infrastruktur industri artificial intelligence. Di situ ada banyak hal. Yang pertama, bagaimana kita punya satu compute power ya yang cukup kuat, itu computing power yang cukup kuat, baik dalam hal pemrosesan data, dan ini juga kita mengarah kepada bagaimana data-data center kita harus AI ready ke depannya, dan sejumlah inisiatif-inisiatif dari perusahaan-perusahaan tech company yang ada di Indonesia. Dan dalam konteks ini saya kira Indosat sudah mengambil jalan yang tepat ya, dengan mencoba fokus menjadi AI Techco. Menjadi AI Techco, dan saya kira ini inisiatif membuat Indosat berada satu langkah di depan di industri telco ini. Jadi Bapak Ibu sekalian, peluang bisnis digital ataupun pertumbuhan ekonomi digital di Indonesia sangat potensial. Kemarin saya baru dari Denpasar bersama dengan Pak Luhut, Ketua Dewan Ekonomi Nasional, dan kita membicarakan bagaimana kira-kira peta industri digital di dunia, lalu juga di kawasan, maaf, di ASEAN, dan juga di Indonesia. Dan terlihat sekali bahwa Pak Luhut sangat sangat yakin bahwa kita akan memimpin di depan kira-kira 5-10 tahun ke depan, dan itu tergantung dari persiapan yang kita lakukan pada hari ini. Apa yang membuat keyakinan itu tumbuh? Yang pertama, bahwa potensi sumber daya yang ada di Indonesia itu cukup besar, dan digital talent yang terus menjadi fokus untuk kita perkuat itu juga sangat menjanjikan. memang saat ini kita masih ada shortage di digital talent, kita butuh kurang lebih 9 juta digital talent di 2030 untuk bisa mendongkrak ekonomi digital ini atau untuk bisa mengambil benefit dari pertumbuhan ekonomi digital ini yang diperkirakan bertumbuh untuk kawasan sekitar 1 triliun US dollar di 2030 dan 40% dari jumlah itu disumbangkan oleh Indonesia. Jadi betapa saya kira nilainya cukup besar dan untuk itu kita harus menyiapkan dua hal. Seperti dikatakan tadi, di sektor computing power, di situ ada infrastruktur, kemudian juga ada talent. Nah, talent ini sangat penting, tidak kalah pentingnya dari infrastruktur saya kira. Keterbatasan infrastruktur kadang-kadang bisa ditaklukkan oleh kekuatan talent yang mumpuni. Sudah dibuktikan di Cina misalnya, ya bisa melakukan satu kekuatan computing untuk menciptakan satu LLM yang setara dengan yang dibuat oleh ChatGPT. Hanya menggunakan GPU yang lebih kecil. Di mana kekuatan itu ada, mereka melakukan tweak di computing powernya. Mereka melakukan formulasi-formulasi baru di bidang matematikanya dan algoritma yang dibuat sehingga dia bisa menghasilkan satu model AI yang juga cukup tangguh. Nah, ini bukti bahwa talent kadang-kadang kalau kita siap, dia bisa mengatasi keterbatasan infrastruktur. Tapi tentu saja infrastruktur yang tangguh dan kuat itu menjadi satu syarat supaya kita punya daya saing yang cukup kuat ke depan. Nah, Bapak Ibu sekalian, saya kira launching pada hari ini tentang Empowering Indonesia 2025 akan memberikan perspektif kepada kita dan saya menyambut baik kolaborasi Indosat dengan Twimbit ya Pak Fikram ya, di mana nantinya kita akan mendapatkan satu lanskap gitu bagaimana kolaborasi di ekosistem digital ini bisa diperkuat dengan sejumlah program. Di pemerintah sendiri memberikan fokus ya untuk peta jalan nasional AI yang sudah kita selesaikan saat ini dalam proses untuk dijadikan peraturan presiden. Draftnya sudah ada di Kementerian Hukum, sedang dilakukan harmonisasi. Mudah-mudahan di akhir tahun ini bisa masuk ke dalam daftar sejumlah peraturan yang akan diperpreskan di Sekretariat Negara. Nah, jika itu nanti sudah diperpreskan, saya kira Indonesia punya satu framework, legal framework untuk mendorong pertumbuhan artificial intelligence di Indonesia yang etis dan juga memenuhi standar-standar global untuk responsible AI, ethical AI, dan yang paling penting adalah bagaimana kita menuju kepada sovereign AI. Nah, ini terima kasih. Nah, Bapak Ibu sekalian, untuk sovereign AI ini saya kira Indosat juga punya komitmen yang cukup kuat ya, dengan sejumlah program lewat Sahabat AI sudah dilakukan satu upaya untuk membuat model AI yang Indonesia. Dan ini juga menjadi satu komitmen yang cukup kuat dari Dewan Ekonomi Nasional juga Pak Luhut menyampaikan bahwa arah kita ke depan adalah membangun AI Indonesia. Dan untuk itu beliau sangat yakin juga dalam satu diskusi bersama kami bahwa sejumlah talent kita sedang bertumbuh dan sekarang sedang ada satu proyek untuk membuat model LLM dengan berbasis bahasa-bahasa daerah yang ada di Indonesia sedang dikerjakan dan kolaborasi akan kita lakukan dengan sejumlah stakeholder yang ada untuk memperkuat proyek-proyek nasional ini, termasuk untuk program-program strategis nasional kita sesuai dengan program pemerintah Presiden Prabowo ya, terutama untuk Asta Cita yang sudah ditetapkan. Kita punya sejumlah program yang sangat strategis, yang sangat menentukan selama 5 tahun ke depan sampai dengan 2030 menuju ke 2045. Jadi 2025 ini ke 2029 saya kira jembatan yang kritikal ya, bagaimana kita mempersiapkan talent digital, kita memperkuat infrastruktur untuk kita bisa sampai ke pintu gerbang 2030 itu. Saya kira bonus demografi dan lain-lain akan mencapai peaknya sampai dengan 10 tahun atau 15 tahun ke depannya hingga 2045. dan itu sangat ditentukan dari 5 tahun yang kita kerjakan sekarang. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Indosat, ya, dan semoga Empowering Indonesia Report 2025 ini bisa memperkuat perspektif kita, bisa memperkuat juga keyakinan kita untuk mensukseskan transformasi digital Indonesia dan membangun sovereign AI di Indonesia. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum.
Thank you Pak Nezar. Pak Nezar mohon untuk tetap bersama saya di atas panggung Bapak, karena sebentar lagi kita akan memulai sesi launching dari Empowering Indonesia Report. Ladies and gentlemen, in a short moment we will launch the Empowering Indonesia Report. So without further ado, I would like to invite Bapak Vikram Sinha and Bapak Manoj to the stage to join Pak Nezar at the front. Bagi sahabat media, saya persilahkan untuk mengambil tempat untuk mendokumentasikan momen ini. Jadi kalau sahabat media lihat di samping kanan saya, sudah ada satu buah big box nih yang sudah ditutup oleh gorden berwarna hitam. So, without further ado, please set your eyes to the front to witness the launch. Bapak Nezar, Bapak Vikram, Bapak Manoj sudah siap? Ready Pak? Oke, let's unveil the Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. Mari kita hitung bersama. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ya, inilah Empowering Indonesia 2025. Untuk Bapak Nezar, kami persilahkan untuk menandatangani report yang berada di depan. Bapak, figurin yang berada di depan, ini menandakan komitmen kolaborasi antara pemerintah, Indosat, dan juga komunitas serta masyarakat dalam mendukung kedaulatan AI di Indonesia, mampu menjadikan Indonesia sebagai negara dengan status berpenghasilan tinggi di tahun 2045. Boleh untuk difoto juga sahabat media, sudah dapat fotonya. Pak Nezar boleh juga sambil melihat ke media Pak, supaya kita, nah, oke Pak, boleh sambil ditandatangan. Boleh ditandatangan Bapak, dikasih kesan dan pesan juga untuk Empowering Indonesia Report, boleh Bapak ditulis saja. Ya, boleh tepuk tangannya lagi. Now we'll be taking a picture to commemorate the joyous occasion. To Bapak Vikram, Bapak Manoj, dan Bapak Nezar boleh untuk berada sedikit di tengah Bapak, di tengah figurinnya supaya kita bisa berfoto bersama. Difoto juga oleh media. Yap. Berfoto bersama untuk sahabat media, dipersilahkan untuk mengambil foto, mengabadikan momen ini bersama-sama. Pak Nezar, Pak Vikram, Pak Manoj, smile Pak, ada kamera Pak. Luar biasa. Dan sekarang Bapak Vikram will hand the copy of Empowering Indonesia Report 2025 to Pak Nezar. Ini menandakan kerjasama yang luar biasa antara Indosat dan Kombigi juga ya, untuk mendukung kedaulatan AI di Indonesia. Boleh sambil dibuka Bapak, itu isinya banyak sekali, itu informasinya, insight-nya dibaca bersama-sama. Luar biasa. Boleh tepuk tangannya sekali lagi hadirin sekalian. Also we have a token of appreciation from Bapak Vikram. You can hand it to Pak Nezar Pak. Ini merupakan bentuk apresiasi dari Indosat kepada Ministry of Communication and Digital of Republic of Indonesia. Boleh berfoto bersama. Luar biasa. Boleh berfoto bersama. Kepada Bapak Nezar kami ucapkan terima kasih banyak Bapak atas partisipasi dan kehadirannya. Sekali lagi, dikarenakan adanya agenda lain, kami persilahkan Bapak Nezar untuk silam. Terima kasih Bapak Nezar untuk kehadirannya sekali lagi. Luar biasa. Pak Vikram, you may return to your seat. Bapak, thank you so much. And Pak Manon, please do stay with me on the stage, Bapak. So, Pak Manon is the founder and chief executive officer of Twimbit, our collaborators in creating Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. So, without further ado, I would like to give a chance for Pak Manoj to explain a bit further about Empowering Indonesia Report. So, without further ado, let's welcome Pak Manoj.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Pak Vikram, members of the Indosat management team, members of the media. Thank you very much for this incredible opportunity to talk to you about Empowering Indonesia 2025. So the theme of this year's report is building bridges of tomorrow. Why bridges of tomorrow? If you go back in history, whenever a bridge connected maybe two islands or a particular economy, it usually created anywhere between 2 to 3% acceleration for the economy of that region. And we think that AI is a once in a generational technology, and therefore we are likely to see a huge impact of between 2 to 3% acceleration for the overall GDP growth of our nation. And that is why we thought the theme, Bridges of Tomorrow, is very apt to talk about as we look at Empowering Indonesia 2025. So if you go back, we first started this in 2023. If I can go to the next slide. We started this dialogue in 2023 when we looked at the mission statement of Indosat. The mission statement of Indosat was Empowering Indonesia. So how can we bring that mission statement to life? That's how we started the report on Empowering Indonesia in 2023. The theme in 2023 was digital economy, because digital economy was a huge catalyst to helping address several growth opportunities for the country. In 2024, we said, the theme shifted to connecting the second-tier cities. We looked at how 100 cities of Indonesia can be power the next generation of growth. And now in 2025, the theme is Sovereign AI Blueprint. And that is how the bridges of tomorrow and how Sovereign AI Blueprint will help us drive that economic acceleration that Indonesia is looking at in the near future. So what is Sovereign AI Blueprint and why is it so important? First and foremost, I must say, about 18 months ago, when the Indosat leadership team, including Baba Vikram and many others, started talking about sovereignty, many people around the world questioned why sovereignty is so important. Is it really important? We have so many technology providers around the world. How will you add differentiation? How will you compete? How will you create value? Fast forward now to 2025 October, around the world, every nation in the world is recognizing that sovereignty is of paramount importance. I just did research and I went around the world across 12 different cities. Every city from Paris to Berlin to London to New York, sovereignty has emerged as one of the biggest themes for every nation. Every large company is saying we have to leverage sovereign infrastructure. The geopolitical environment has changed, and therefore it has become absolutely critical for us to be able to do it. I don't know where the slides are. Is it? We're struggling with the slides? Okay, no problem, no problem. So the theme for this year is Sovereign AI. And that's how we have tried to give you, if you look at the entire report, you will see the full details of how AI can help power the future of Indonesia and help accelerate and bring that 2 to 3% economic impact to help us build that bridge to the high income status that Indonesia so wishes to achieve by 2045. Our current economic growth rate is approximately about 5%. Right? So if you add about 2% acceleration in the growth rate, then we can achieve the high income status maybe by 2041. If we can hit the 8% as so much as the president wants us to achieve, then maybe we can achieve that vision in 2036. And AI is a critical enabler for us to be able to do that. Now within this report, what we have identified is there are 5 key themes that we need to work on to be able to drive, achieve success, and realize this vision of achieving success with AI. The first key theme is the strength of the digital infrastructure. Our underlying digital infrastructure, which is the data center infrastructure, the energy infrastructure, all of this has to become world-class. Today, very little of the data center infrastructure in the country is enabled and powering AI. It is less than 1%. Globally, between 3 to 4% of data center infrastructure is powering AI. As we look into the future over the next 5 years, the demand for AI is so huge that about 18 to 20% of the global data center demand is going to be fueled by AI. So we need to create our infrastructure ready to support that need. To create that powerful data infrastructure or digital infrastructure, we need to have very good quality renewable resources. There are many advantages that Indonesia has. Advantages in terms of our natural resources. And we need to be able to leverage that so that we have access to low-cost energy and we can build a powerful foundation for the future digital infrastructure. So of the 5 pillars, number 1 is digital infrastructure. The second important pillar, which I think our Honorable Minister addressed, Mr. Vikram Sinha addressed, is of digital talent or AI talent. Today in this country, as of end of 2024, there is roughly about less than 100,000 AI technical talent who are employed across the country. By technical talent, I mean people who are qualified, who are working on developing, innovative projects in R&D in AI, who are equipped in data science, etc., are this 100,000 talent. By 2030, that talent pool has to go up to 400,000. So we need to increase that talent pool substantially. If we need to do that, no one company can do it. No government alone can do it. We need investments of close to $1 billion to be able to grow this 300,000 AI talent so that we can use the digital infrastructure and develop the content, develop the AI readiness for our nation. So the second pillar is the talent. The third pillar is the AI industry and ecosystem. Now, for that AI industry and ecosystem, we need a combination of young companies, the startups of this world. We need the large companies to come together. Today, last year, as of this year, there is roughly about close to 360 companies, startups in the AI space. Total funding raised last year is about $1 billion for AI startups in this country. Globally, AI startups raised $200 billion. So Indonesia still needs to play an important role. We are 3.5% of global population. Right? So if you take $200 billion, we should have at least 5 to 6 billion annual investment in the startup ecosystem. We do not have that as yet. So we need to accelerate. We need to bring in global venture capitalists, private equities, to be able to put in money so that we can support the growth of the AI ecosystem, the AI industry. That was the third pillar. The fourth pillar is about R&D. We need enough collaboration between the private sector, between the government sector, to create more initiatives. Our Sahabat AI, large language model, has delivered one of the best efficacy as compared to other language models in the region. We need more such investments so that we can develop, Indonesia is not just as always, I think Vikram says, we just don't want to be a consumer of AI, we want to be a creator of AI. So that our R&D infrastructure has to be able to support that. So that is the fourth pillar. And the fifth and final pillar is that of governance, compliance, trust. Right? To be able to compete effectively, to drive and deliver effective sovereign AI infrastructure, we need a system that can encourage and protect Indonesia's values. As outlined, we need to be guided by the Panchashila principles. And that is what we talk about in the fifth pillar. By investing across these 5 pillars, which I hope you will enjoy and you will read in the report, and there's a lot of detail, we can build that bridge to tomorrow. We can build that bridge to hitting that 6.5 to 7% GDP growth and achieve the high income status that we so wish to desire, that so Indonesia wishes to accomplish between the time frame of 2036 to 2041, depending on how well we are successful in doing it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in the report is, the question that always people ask is, which sector can have the biggest impact with AI? Which sector can grow faster because of AI? Where do we prioritize and make those investments? Today, about 40% of our GDP comes from services sector. Between 8 to 20% of the productivity improvement in services can be driven by AI. And therefore, we think that that is a top sector where we will see more investments, more ROI, or more productivity benefits. The second, obviously, is manufacturing. Manufacturing is about 18% of our GDP. There can be high potential impact of AI there. And then, obviously, other important sectors like healthcare and mining can see other productivity benefits as well. So, all of the data, we hope that this particular report will provide you the data so that the startups of this world, the large companies, we all can collaborate and work towards that common purpose, which is empowering Indonesia 2025. I'm very excited about what this means for all of us. It's a new opportunity for all of us. I want to end with this final quote. One of the best books in English literature. Can anybody say which is the best opening lines in English literature? Anybody knows? Best opening lines in English literature? Nobody knows? Okay, I'll tell you and maybe you will know. The best opening lines in English literature go something like this. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of foolishness, it was the age of wisdom. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. We have everything before us, we have nothing before us. These opening lines are from the book A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Right? It is set somewhere in the 18th century. It was a period of great transformation, a period of great change in the country. It was a revolution. For many people, they saw this as a huge opportunity. That means it is the best of times. We will see an unprecedented opportunity and future ahead of us. Now, some people were scared. They were scared what the new regime means. That means, will I be relevant in that opportunity? Will I get left behind in that opportunity? This AI is that kind of a situation and opportunity. We all can embrace it and we can see it as the best of times. And we can look ahead and get the best so that we can even grow faster than 6-7%, both in our personal lives as well as in our companies as well as for the nation. I hope you enjoy reading the report. My special thanks to the CEO's office. Many people in the CEO's office, Michelle and everybody in the corporate communications team. This time it was not just a Twimbit report. They all wrote together. They reviewed every single word, every line item, challenged us. And I think thank you for your support in making this report exciting. We hope you enjoy reading it. Hope you ask us a lot of questions. And together we can build a better Indonesia which serves all of us, not just in Indonesia, but also serve the world better. So thank you all for this incredible opportunity to our research company to collaborate. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you, the entire management team of Indosat. We look forward to making this and bringing this vision to a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Bapak Manoj. Please give a big round of applause for Pak Manoj. Pak Manoj, you may return to your seat, Pak. Thank you so much. Untuk hadirin sekalian jangan khawatir, nanti juga bisa dibaca di Empowering Indonesia Report. Dan sesaat lagi kita akan masuk ke sesi panel discussion, di mana kita akan membahas lebih lanjut mengenai insight-insight atau data-data yang berada di dalam Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. So without further ado, the panel session will be moderated by Bapak Aditya Hadi, the senior editor of the Jakarta Post. Bapak Aditya has led coverage on everything from macroeconomics policy and the energy transition to the fast-moving world of startup and finance. And before joining the Jakarta Post, Bapak Aditya also spent more than a decade reporting across Asia's business and technology landscape for leading media outlets. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Bapak Vikram Sinha, Bapak Manoj, and Pak Aditya to start the panel discussion. Please give a big round of applause.
Okay, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon Pak Vikram, good afternoon Pak Manoj.
Good afternoon.
Selamat siang hadirin sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. selamat siang juga kepada para hadirin, para perwakilan dari mungkin ada instansi pemerintah, kemudian petinggi Indosat dan anak-anak perusahaannya serta rekan-rekan media yang saya banggakan. Perkenalkan, nama saya Aditya Hadi Pratama, saya adalah Senior Business Editor dari di Jakarta Post, dan sebuah kebanggaan bagi saya untuk bisa duduk di sini di depan stage ini dan dipercaya sebagai moderator di acara peluncuran dari report Empowering Indonesia 2025. Maybe give a big round of applause for the report once again. Dan di kesempatan kali ini kita akan mendiskusikan tentang fondasi-fondasi yang dibutuhkan untuk membangun seperti yang disebutkan oleh Pak Nezar tadi, kedaulatan AI atau AI sovereignty di Indonesia, yaitu infrastruktur, talenta, dan tata kelola. Serta bagaimana elemen-elemen tersebut mungkin bisa berperan dalam mempercepat langkah Indonesia untuk menuju transformasi ekonomi yang seperti dicanangkan oleh Bapak Presiden Prabowo Subianto menuju pertumbuhan GDP 8% atau mungkin lebih dari itu. And for that, we already have these top-notch sources from industries and researchers who will share their insight and perspective on how Indonesia can turn AI vision, AI dream into a real and measurable impact. And yeah, please welcome, first of all, thank you Pak Vikram Sinha, President Director and CEO of Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison, and Mr. Manoj Menon, Founder and CEO of Twimbit. Thank you very much for being here. And I think, yeah, I will start, maybe because all of you speak in English, I will moderate this session in English. But for tapi untuk teman-teman media di sini, bagi nanti yang punya pertanyaan, mungkin disimpan dulu. Nanti di akhir sesi saya akan membuka kesempatan untuk kalian bisa mengajukan pertanyaan. Bagi yang mungkin masih sedikit ragu untuk menanyakan pertanyaan dalam bahasa Inggris, nanti bisa dalam bahasa Indonesia. Nanti akan saya translate untuk ditanyakan ke Pak Vikram dan ke Pak Manoj. Okay, maybe first questions is for Mr. Vikram as a CEO and President Director of Indonesia Ooredoo Hutchison. Thank you very much for organizing this event and maybe making the report with Twimbit. But I think what I want to know from an industry standpoint, actually, because Pak Nezar already explained about what's the role of the government with the framework that Pak Nezar is really already with the Communication and Digital Ministry have already established to push the AI sovereignty in Indonesia. But from industry standpoint, in your opinion, what role does the private sector can play in realizing Indonesia AI sovereignty, especially in building infrastructure and maybe nurturing local AI talent?
No, thank you, Pa. I really appreciate you starting with a very important question. Let me break this into two parts. Number one, we all acknowledge that how important is data sovereignty. I want to help all of you understand in a simple way. Think of this like, how can we outsource our intelligence to other and get finished product from that? It is as important as that. How can we give control of our culture, heritage, what our children 10 year, 20 year, and how they need to be educated to somebody else? So this is so important. Coming back to your question, I think this needs public-private partnership. And let me give you a real example. Last year in November, when we did this Indonesia AI Day with Jensen Huang, we made sure that we invest on AI factory. For this to start, first you need to put the factory in Indonesia. So we got, this is what Manoj was highlighting. Indonesia still is under-indexed. The total population of the world, Indonesia is 3.5, but AI factory percentage is still under-indexed. But last year we started. For us to start, this was one of the most difficult approval for my board. It was all new. Nobody knew how it works. What is AI factory? How does it work? So we took a bet of putting $200 million US, close to 2.5 trillion rupiah, and our board our shareholder approved it because we said this is important for Indonesia. Indonesia cannot be left behind. So that was the first step. Now, once you have the factory, how you create the whole ecosystem. How do you create the full ecosystem so that this factory benefit all Indonesian? I think we are in that journey, Pa. Again, a lot of work has to happen. But the most important thing I want to highlight, this needs private-public partnership, this needs collaboration, and we heard it from Pa Nizar. Government is putting the framework. They will make it very conducive for us to work together to ensure that we are able to unlock the full opportunity.
Mungkin Pak Vikram sudah menyebutkan bahwa dari perspektif pihak swasta, mungkin apa yang disebutkan untuk membangun AI sovereignty itu dibutuhkan public dan private partnership. Jadi kolaborasi dari pemerintah dan juga pihak swasta. Kenapa sovereignty ini penting? Karena bisa dibayangkan bagaimana hal-hal budaya-budaya Indonesia itu di-outsource ke pihak luar dan kemudian dikonsumsi lagi oleh kita sendiri. Mengapa kita nggak membangun di Indonesia sendiri? Dan tadi Indosat sudah mencontohkan bagaimana Indosat membuat AI Factory, tadi menginvestasikan dana yang cukup signifikan, tadi 250 juta US dollar atau mungkin lebih dari 2 triliun rupiah. Dan investasi itu dibuat bukan karena biar keren atau apa, tapi emang ini adalah sesuatu yang penting bagi Indonesia, seperti itu. Nah, but I want to follow up on that, Pak Vikram. Maybe you can elaborate more about once the factory is there, maybe the talent need to continue to operate that factory. Maybe I can like make a analogy about like manufacture factory, right? Oh, there is a factory, there is a machine, but if there is no people who can run that machine, it's useless, right? But in AI, how do you, because Mr. Manoj also said that, oh, now less than 100,000 talents in Indonesia, right, who develop AI, but we actually need 400,000. How to make that kind of 5 times jumps?
Yes, Pa. Let me take a step back. What is sovereign? Sovereign is not just making it in Indonesia. You know, there are two very integral part of being sovereign. One, that a company which follows the regulation and law of Indonesia. If I am a US listed company or a China or any other part, I am not governed by Indonesian, then it is not sovereign. There has to be a credible entity who follows all the rules and regulation of Indonesia, then you are sovereign. This is rule number 1. Rule number 2 is what you said, talent. And you gave a good example. Factory cannot be sovereign if we have Indonesian talent having the capability to run and unlock the full potential. So for us to complete the whole sovereign and make it real, the most important is investing on human talent. And that is why I have been on record that every dollar invested on technology need to be supported with a dollar on human capital. And if you want to unlock the full potential, there is a lot of fear around AI replacing job. I think I can tell you within Indosat, I had this same kind of question when we were trying to implement AI on our day-to-day life. The reality is all of us, me as Vikram, I can do 5 times more if I use these agents, if I use AI. So I think that has to be the mindset. There are a lot of new opportunities which are coming. There are a lot of transactional job which is getting automated. And it is very important that we have an optimistic outlook. And as Pa Nizar said, we have to be very ethical. We have to do it properly, Pa.
I see. Thank you, Pak Vikram. You really pointed out interesting theme about being. If we talk about AI, some people say that, oh, does AI will result in less jobs or maybe less job opportunity? But maybe we can talk it later because I want to go to Mr. Manoj first. Ya, tadi Pak Vikram sudah menjelaskan bahwa AI sovereignty itu ada 2 aspek. Yang pertama adalah untuk sebuah perusahaan bisa membuat AI dengan sovereign atau mendukung kedaulatan di Indonesia, yang pertama harus mengikuti hukum di Indonesia, harus merupakan entitas yang kredibel, dan yang kedua bukan cuma produknya saja yang dibuat di Indonesia, tapi talenta yang menjalankan juga harus orang-orang lokal atau orang-orang Indonesia. Dan tadi disebutkan Indosat tadi sudah membuat pledge bahwa investment ke teknologi, $1 investasi ke teknologi harus juga diikuti dengan $1 investasi ke talenta, seperti itu. And yeah, I want to move to Mr. Manoj. Mr. Manoj, what a really exciting presentation that you have there. I think you explained about 5 key themes, right? That you mentioned in the report, Empowering Indonesia 2035. The first one is digital infrastructure, the second is talent, then investment, R&D, and governance. But maybe if many people here maybe will just dig down on your report if they want to know more. But for like common people, maybe they will be overwhelmed with 5 things to change at the same time. Maybe which one that I need to change first, or maybe which I need to improve first. My question is, based on this finding, what should Indonesia do to prioritize to strengthen this AI ecosystem among those 5 aspects?
Yeah. So thank you for that question. You know, the 5 things represent 5 different dimensions that Indonesia government and business need to work towards to achieve it. Right? The most important from a government and a private sector is, globally, we are investing roughly about $500 billion every year today in building infrastructure and AI. Indonesia, if you take 3.5% of 500 billion, that means we need to invest between 15 to 20 billion dollars just to stay on par with the global investments in AI. So the number one is we need to create an environment, the government and the private sector together create an environment so that that kind of investments can flow into the country, both from internal companies as well as global companies. So this is a super, without investments, we need that solid infrastructure to be able to do it. Second is, as you said, talent. While we need AI talent, and we talked about the 400,000 talent, we all, the common person, no longer we need to think like being AI first. That means today what we do, we all use ChatGPT, we are thinking AI first, we make our lives a little bit more productive, we become more efficient, your editing and article writing is efficient. But that is only bare minimum. We need to think AI native. When we say we are AI native, that means we rethink how we are doing our work. And that is where the full value will come. Otherwise, what we are doing is, we are going back and using AI to do things the same old way like we were doing before. Just the incremental productivity is there. By being AI native, we can rethink how we do business, because that is what will give AI for growth. Otherwise, we will always be scared about productivity, efficiency, losing jobs. The conversation has to shift from cost saving to saying AI for growth. And I think we need to think about it as individuals. How do I see AI for my growth? How do I become AI native? Not just apply a band-aid and become AI first. So those are my 2 biggest recommendations. One, we need to create an environment so that investments can happen in this country, both domestic and foreign. And second, we need to start educating and talking about AI for growth by thinking AI native.
Ya, thank you Mr. Manoj. Ya, tadi Pak Manoj menjelaskan bahwa dari 5 aspek tadi itu sebenarnya merepresentasikan unsur-unsur penting dari pengembangan AI. Cuman hal-hal yang harus diperhatikan itu menurut Pak Manoj ada 2 hal untuk membangun AI sovereignty. Yang pertama adalah bagaimana kita bisa mengembangkan infrastruktur talenta yang itu bisa melahirkan investasi-investasi baik dari perusahaan domestik maupun perusahaan asing ke Indonesia, khususnya dalam bidang AI. Dan yang kedua, kita tuh kalau berpikir tentang AI, jangan berpikir tentang cara-cara lama. Bagaimana, kalau saya dari jurnalis mungkin mengedit, tapi ngeditnya pakai ChatGPT atau semacamnya. Tapi harus secara komprehensif semua cara bekerja kita diubah dan itu bisa menghapus stigma-stigma tentang kalau AI itu bisa menghapus lapangan pekerjaan dan semacamnya. Jadi tidak hanya pekerjaan yang lama ditambahin AI, tapi bagaimana kita harus mengubah pola kerja kita secara 100% dari awal sampai akhir, dan itu baru kita bisa mendapatkan keuntungan besar dari AI itu sendiri. Maybe Mr. Manoj, I don't know whether you have touched it in this report or not, but maybe you can explain, because some critics say that maybe the problem with talent in Indonesia is not only about amount but also the quality. Some people criticize that, maybe Indonesia is like lack of the maybe other country in the world like US and China, and maybe if we push them to be better, we cannot do that, something like that. Some critics say that. But what do you found in this report, which is like what is actually really needed for government and also private sector to really boost Indonesian talent, not only in quantity but also in quality?
Okay, great question. So one of the things we found that the number of new AI courses or graduates that have come out in the last few years is relatively very less. We are producing, I think my team can confirm, is about 1,000 AI focused graduates a year, approximately, Because majority of the courses we did not have enough AI courses. Today now 8 universities out of all of them are offering AI courses. That volume has to go up. If we all are saying we have to become AI native, then it should be the primary subject in the university. So we need 80-90% of universities to start offering AI courses. Teaching the way of teaching has to change. So I think there is enough work to be done in how education is structured and delivered. So I think that is the change. I think I have seen some good change in the last 12 months. More universities are offering these courses. More universities are enabling people to have specialization in it. And I'm encouraged that we will see more moving forward. So I think availability of that thing is very important. And obviously, I think maybe Vikram can add to it. The private sector has to play an equally important role, because, bridging the 300,000 demand is not going to happen through just so the private sector has to commit. I think we should have every private sector commit that we will create so many AI-ready talent, right?
I think this is a very important topic, I'm so happy that you asked this. We can't do just headline, doing a 4-hour online course and becoming AI-ready talent. It doesn't work that way. It is not just a KPI game. Two things I want to highlight, just building on what Manoj said. The most important thing which I have learned, that AI has put a level playing opportunity for all of us. Think of it like this. While Manoj was telling that college need to do more and bring more courses, you can't catch up on creating engineers. Countries like China, India, historically they have created a lot of engineers, coder. In the AI era, you don't have to do that. You don't have to become a coder. It is a level playing field for everyone. How you pivot from here? So my first request is, we should not lose this opportunity. We have to move fast, number one. Number two, things which was not possible 2 years, 3 years back is possible. Whether you are in Jakarta or you are in Jayapura or you are in Makassar, the same course what you can learn in New York or Harvard, you can learn it here. With this kind of thing, it was not possible. It was possible, online was always there. But with AI, it's all things which was not possible is possible. So I think my request will be that we need to encourage everyone, and learning has no barrier. So we need to encourage to have higher ambition. AI is real, and the more we invest on learning, I'm sure companies like us, Indosat, we believe in it, and we have committed 2 million with our partner ecosystem, and these are not just 4-hour course and getting certified and then telling. I hold ourselves very, very accountable, and I'm sure more and more companies will come. But I'm also looking forward to, you know, not only young boys and girls coming out of college, but also for everyone in our company. You know, I encourage everyone to have learning agility. You know, learn it for yourself. So I think that is the mindset I'll encourage.
I see, thank you. Ya, tadi dijelaskan oleh Pak Manoj bahwa sebenarnya pertanyaan saya tadi adalah banyak kritik yang menyebutkan bahwa wah mungkin engineer Indonesia tuh bukannya kurang banyak aja, tapi juga dari sisi kuantitas, tapi juga dari kualitas yang mungkin sulit untuk mengejar engineer-engineer dari negara maju seperti Amerika dan China. Tapi menurut Pak Manoj sebenarnya bisa orang-orang Indonesia itu mengejar ketertinggalan dengan cara kita tuh harus memperbanyak course-course atau pelajaran-pelajaran, kursus-kursus yang khusus tentang AI. Apabila volume dari pelajaran-pelajaran tadi di universitas dan di tempat lain itu makin banyak, maka diharapkan jumlah engineer di AI juga makin banyak. Dan dilanjutkan juga oleh Pak Vikram bahwa dia tidak percaya bahwa course itu juga harus berkualitas juga, tidak hanya course kayak 4 jam belajar online kemudian jadi engineer AI, bukannya seperti itu gitu. Tapi bagaimana harus intens belajarnya, dan kita harus sadar bahwa pertama AI ini bisa level playing opportunity. Jadi apa yang kita mulai itu nggak kita harus coding seperti zaman dulu gitu ya, pakai code-code, tapi kita sudah bisa dengan cara yang lebih mudah dengan AI ini, dan kita bisa mengejar ketertinggalan dengan engineer-engineer dari negara-negara maju. Dan yang kedua, courses yang diajarkan di negara maju juga mungkin bisa dipelajari oleh masyarakat Indonesia, tidak hanya di Jakarta tapi juga di kota-kota kecil seperti Jayapura, Makassar dan lain sebagainya. Jadi kita harus mendorong lebih banyak orang-orang Indonesia, anak-anak muda Indonesia untuk belajar tentang AI. Seperti itu. Interesting discussion, but maybe I want to share the excitement with all the media and participants here. Maybe sudah ada yang punya pertanyaan mungkin bagi Pak Vikram dan Pak Manoj? Bisa angkat tangan, pakai bahasa Inggris, pakai bahasa Indonesia boleh? Oke, belum ada ya? Oke. Oh, ada tuh pertanyaan. Ya, Mas mungkin bisa berdiri dan disebutkan dari mana dan pertanyaannya apa?
Halo, selamat siang. Saya Reza dari Overclocking ID. Ingin nanya dong tadi
dari
kan?
Apa? Sorry, maaf. Dari mana?
Dari Overclocking ID. Ya, ingin nanya dong. Tadi katanya kan sekarang lagi ngejalanin 5 pilar utama kedaulatan AI ya. Nah, untuk itu kira-kira di tahun berapa sih pertumbuhan ekonomi tahunan kita bakalan tumbuh sesuai target setelah menjalankan kelima pilar itu? Makasih.
Oke, kita tampung dulu pertanyaannya satu. Ada lagi yang punya pertanyaan mungkin? Belum ada? Oke, kita jawab dulu ya. So, Mr. Manoj, Mr. Vikram, the question is, so Mr. Manoj already explained about the 5 pillars, right? And the question is, if we like implement those all pillars, improving all those pillars, how, or maybe how, I think the question is how can we translate it into economic growth, which is our president target is 8%, and his question is when that the country in Indonesia can achieve that.
Okay, sure, thank you. So, you know, we outlined 3 scenarios. If we can accelerate GDP growth to about 6.5%, then we can achieve the high income status by 2041. Which is 4 years ahead of schedule. We believe we also suggested that AI can have a US dollar $140 billion impact by 2030. Yeah? So if we continue what we have done and accelerate some of the investments, $140 billion GDP impact can happen by 2030. So more that data is available in the report, and we have provided as much as backup to support those, those future scenarios.
I see. So I just want to confirm. So 140 billion GDP by 2030.
Yes.
Yes, and then we can achieve the high income status by 2041.
High income status by 2041 if we do even 6.5% growth, 6.4% growth. Yeah. If we do 8%, maybe we can do it even much sooner in 2036, 2038, right? So AI is a huge opportunity. It's like that bridge. I said a bridge, when it connects 2 islands, creates a 2 to 3% economic impact on the GDP. we believe that by putting this AI intelligence bridge, we can accelerate our entire economic standing by 2% every year. And that is a huge opportunity that we can work on, because AI is not just intelligence, let's say, because AI impacts data centers, impacts energy, impacts the productivity, impacts mining, impacts manufacturing. So it has a wide-ranging impact on every sector of our economy.
Mr. Vikram, you want to add?
No, I think Manoj articulated it very nicely. The most important thing is the pace of innovation is very fast. We have to go all in, and we have to use AI for growth. And having an ambitious target is good, and that is where we want collective effort to accelerate. Not only AI for fun. It's okay to make reels and videos and pictures, but we have to start using AI for real life problem solving. And this is where we have called out 3 things: health, agriculture, and education. I have personally seen the benefit, and I'll just share with you one example. We did our AI experience center in Jayapura, and I was overwhelmed to see a doctor from Jayapura. Now he will be able to diagnosis 100% correct whether a patient have dengue or typhoid. Without having AI, his success rate was 60%. So, and we have a lot of shortage of nurse and doctor in the villages. Everyone can get empowered. So these are the real life-saving impact which we need to see in villages. I was in Las Vegas with the global leader, and I picked up that the maximum benefit of AI is on health and cancer. It is helping, but it is only for rich people. But it is needed more on villages than Mayo Hospital in US. So I think that is where we are very committed that AI has to be for all, and AI has to solve real problem and challenges. While we can do fun things, we can make real videos, we can do photo, all those things are okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vikram. Ya, untuk menjawab pertanyaannya tadi, kapan sebenarnya Indonesia bisa mencapai high income status? Yang pertama tadi mungkin dengan AI kita tuh punya potensi untuk meraih GDP atau PDB, pertumbuhan domestik bruto produk domestik bruto itu 140 billion US dollar di tahun 2030, dan apabila setelah itu berlanjut dengan pertumbuhan 6,5% saja, kita bisa mencapai high income status Indonesia di tahun 2041 menurut Mr. Manoj. Tapi kalau kita bisa mencapai 8% yang dicanangkan oleh Pak Prabowo, kita mungkin bisa mencapai high income status country di tahun 2038. Dan mengapa itu bisa terjadi? Karena menurut Pak Manoj, AI itu bukan sesuatu yang terpisah dari bisnis-bisnis lain, tapi AI itu juga bisa membantu bisnis yang existing di Indonesia. Salah satunya misalnya pertambangan itu bisa dibantu dengan AI, manufacturing, pabrik-pabrik itu bisa dibantu dengan AI, data center, energi itu juga terpengaruh dengan AI. Jadi itu bisa mendorong pertumbuhan ekonomi Indonesia lebih jauh lagi. Dan tadi Pak Vikram menjelaskan bahwa kita tuh mungkin banyak yang masih menggunakan AI itu untuk fun saja, untuk yang senang-senang saja, bikin video lucu-lucu atau gambar lucu-lucu gitu ya. Tapi mungkin kita harus mempertimbangkan untuk membuat implementasi yang lebih advance atau lebih baik lagi yang bisa mempengaruhi pekerjaan kita dan mungkin kehidupan secara nyata. Tadi Pak Vikram menjelaskan bahwa ada uji coba di Jayapura bagaimana AI itu bisa membantu seorang dokter untuk mendiagnosis penyakit-penyakit yang dialami oleh pasien di sana. Seperti itu. Oke. Mungkin ada lagi yang punya pertanyaan? Wah, udah banyak sekarang. Yang di sini dulu mungkin, ya. Silakan Pak.
Makasih. Thank you. Thank you. Boleh? Oke. Thank you. Makasih Pak Vikram, Pak Manoj, Pak Ari juga. Saya dalam bahasa ya. Saya hanya ingin sedikit satu bagian yang sangat integral ya. Saya pikir AI ini nggak lepas dari proyek besar kita yang sedang menuju ke arah transformasi digital. Saya ingin kasih satu case aja bagaimana transformasi digital di Indonesia ini sudah cukup luar biasa ya. Mungkin masih scattered, tapi saya lihat ini suatu semangat yang akan terus bertumbuh. Contoh kasus mungkin Bapak bisa lihat bahwa dalam layanan publik ya, mungkin sekitar setahun 2 tahun lalu, kebetulan kantor saya di daerah Buncit. Jadi kalau setiap hari Senin sampai hari Kamis itu macetnya luar biasa di kantor imigrasi. Bagaimana bisa macet? Karena memang setiap jam 5 pagi ternyata orang sudah antri untuk mendapatkan formulir membuat paspor di kantor imigrasi itu. Itu sampai Senin sampai Kamis. Jumat agak mendingan karena Jumat mungkin ngambil. Tapi itu parkir udah semua luar biasa, ferry traffic udah luar biasa di situ. Jadi, katanya coba lihat deh, setahun terakhir ini kita lihat bahkan di kantor-kantor kecil di daerah Pondok Pinang ya, yang nggak besar seperti di kantor imigrasi pusat di Buncit itu udah, maaf ya, kalau hari biasa udah kayak kuburan gitu. Jadi yang datang itu hanya untuk foto, hanya untuk ambil paspor gitu. Jadi saya melihat cerminan bahwa hari ini transformasi digital pada dasarnya di pemerintahan kita sudah cukup bagus ya pertumbuhannya. Saya juga belum lama urus SHM di kantor ATR. Itu ternyata hanya butuh Rp50.000 dan 1 minggu biayanya. Waktu 1 minggu Rp50.000. Saya melihat semangat yang luar biasa transformasi digital di Indonesia. Semua lembaga, semua kementerian sedang bergerak menuju hal yang bisa mendorong produktivitas dan efisiensi. Artinya tidak ada masyarakat yang tidak perlu lagi antri-antri, ya kan, tidak mengurangi banyak waktu terbuang, bahkan mungkin tidak perlu lagi yang kita berhubungan dengan calo. Jadi saya rasa ini sangat luar biasa. Nah, pertanyaan besar saya adalah buat Pak Fikram, Pak Manoj ini, bagaimana transformasi digital yang sedang juga bagus hari ini yang kita kejar untuk mendorong efisiensi dan produktivitas. Dengan AI jauh lebih produktif lagi. Bagaimana AI bisa membantu transformasi digital? Karena kalau kita bicara transformasi digital, ini juga bukan bicara kementerian, lembaga. Ini bahasa yang universal gitu. Semua perusahaan pun bergerak yang sama menuju transformasi lebih baik lagi gitu loh. Nah, ini saya rasa solusi seperti apa dari teman-teman usaha dan juga bisa mendorong transformasi itu jauh lebih baik lagi. Makasih.
Terima kasih. Boleh tahu Pak, namanya siapa Pak tadi?
Saya Uday dari Solar.
Oh iya, terima kasih. Mungkin satu lagi tadi di sana.
Selamat sore, saya Eko dari NativeGen. Tadi salah satu langkah yang akan dilakukan untuk mendorong AI ini lebih tumbuh adalah mendorong para talent. Seperti kita tahu bahwa Indosat juga punya program yang namanya ID Camp. Dan ini juga salah satu cara Indosat untuk mendorong talent. Tapi saya mau tahu apakah ada cara lain atau program lain yang dilakukan Indosat, mungkin program apa gitu untuk mendorong para talent di luar dari program ID Camp ini. Terima kasih.
Okay, terima kasih. So the first question, I think it can goes to Mr. Manoj. So Mr. Manoj, the participant said that there is like a digital transformation happening in Indonesia even before AI. So for example, like, oh, if we want to get like our passport, if we want to apply, we don't go to the office directly. We don't need to go to the office directly to get the form because the form is already online. We just like download our app, something like that. Maybe we can, when we want to go to the hospital, we don't need to get like offline form. We just need to fill the online form at home and then come and then get the treatment, something like that. But with AI, what do you think can be like a biggest transformation? What kind of use case that AI can put into that already existing digital transformation to make it even better?
Okay. What are the use cases of AI, right?
Yeah, because people in Indonesia already get like the good thing about digital transformation even before AI, but how AI can be double down on that convenience.
Yeah, sure. I think, we still have many challenges in Indonesia, right? Let's take a simple thing like financial inclusion. A large percentage of Indonesia is home to so many small businesses. Almost, we say 64 million small businesses. Very small percentage of that 64 million today have access to any form of financial loans, support to grow their businesses. The small businesses are the heart of the economy, and yet the big banks are struggling to be able to give loans to them. You know? Imagine if proper funding and support is available to them. Now, the reason we are not being able to give them loans is because we say we don't have organized data. They are not maintaining accounts. They are not submitting proper audited financial statements. But today we are in an era of AI. Right? We are able to understand businesses a lot more. If you look at, for example, you go to TikTok, you don't even give your information to them. TikTok automatically learns about you, customizes the feed for you, makes your experience so unique. I believe TikTok is AI native. It's not even AI first, you know. So similarly, imagine what will happen if banking becomes that native. We'll be able to make financial inclusion possible to so many more Indonesians. So this is a very simple yet profound challenge that we can easily address. The same thing again, Vikram mentioned, healthcare. It's a huge challenge in this country. Now we do not have enough healthcare to treat everybody. But if we change the entire focus from treatment to prevention, can we predict and anticipate what problems you are going to have? You know, and AI can play such an important role. If AI can do cancer detection, then we surely can do a lot of other challenges like diabetes and other things. We can anticipate it a lot more. Solving a problem before it happens is less expensive than solving a problem after it happens. So our dimensions of looking at the problem have to change. It cannot just be say, I use AI to make the process faster. I don't know, we don't know all the answer, but with AI we can rethink how to think about the problem itself. And that is the opportunity we have. And we are just at the early stage. I believe a lot more excitement is just about to happen once the underlying infrastructure is ready and innovation will happen.
I see, thank you Mr. Manoj. Iya Pak, tadi jawabannya mungkin dengan digital transformation sudah bisa menjadikan solusi untuk tadi masalah antrian, masalah macam-macam gitu. Cuman kan masih ada masalah-masalah yang lebih besar yang masih belum bisa terselesaikan. Nah, untuk itulah AI itu hadir. Contohnya tadi disebutkan bahwa AI itu punya potensi untuk membantu misalnya SMI atau bisnis mikro dan kecil untuk mendapatkan pinjaman, karena selama ini kan mungkin mereka nggak bisa dapat pinjaman karena tidak ada rekening bank atau tidak ada apa. Cuman mereka mungkin aktif di TikTok, ada bisnisnya macam-macam, cuman nggak punya rekening bank gitu kan. Nah, dengan itu AI itu bisa membantu untuk membantu mereka misalnya mendapatkan data-data yang nanti bisa diajukan ke bank untuk mendapatkan pinjaman bank seperti itu. Terus tadi juga ada solusi-solusi mungkin tentang healthcare yang tadinya di daerah kecil nggak ada nih deteksi-deteksi alat-alat yang bisa digunakan, atau dokternya sedikit atau mungkin perawatnya sedikit, itu juga bisa dibantu dengan kehadiran AI seperti itu Pak. Menjawab Pak? Oke, sip.
I'll give you a simple another story to add. You know, I feel as a foreigner I come to Indonesia almost 2-3 times a month. Our immigration process now is one of the best in the world, not just best in in Asia, right? It is a one-step process. Even in if you look at the immigration system, I just have to scan the passport, and in a matter of seconds I clear the immigration. Even in Singapore. So this is, I mean, AI native, because it's just one step. I look at it and I'm amazed at the speed. Even in Singapore, if you are a foreigner, you have to do 2 steps. You first have to insert a passport, then you go in, and then they look at the camera. It is, you know, it takes about almost a minute and a half. In Indonesia, it takes less than 20 seconds. So there are many things that we are seeing. You know, it's a very simple process change. And imagine those same things start happening in financial services, in healthcare. You know, we will see, you know, incredible change and impact.
Iya, tadi Pak, oke, mungkin saya jelaskan dulu. Thank you Mr. Manoj. So, Pak Manoj menjelaskan bahwa Pak Manoj punya pengalaman yang baik ketika melewat imigrasi, cepet banget gitu kan. Nah, cuman mungkin itu bisa direplikasi ke hal-hal lain, misalnya kayak kita ke bank, oh berapa menit dapat pinjaman gitu kan. Terus mungkin kita ke rumah sakit berapa detik langsung diagnosisnya bisa didapat dan kita bisa di treatment seperti itu. Maybe last question from the handsome guy for Mr. Vikram. Maybe there is like he already aware about some program from Indosat to increase the talent of AI in Indonesia, for example, like IDCAM or something like that. But he asked, is there any other program that Indosat plan to establish, plan to launch to increase that?
Yes, Mas. I think two things will start very soon. One, our collaboration with NVIDIA. So that is a very dedicated program for Indonesia. So we have signed an MOU with ITA, and we will make sure that we will be putting on projects with the best universities and professors of the world and Indonesian. So we will identify, let's take agriculture, just to add to what Manoj said. If we can help our farmer, food security is so important for Indonesia, still we import food. So if we can help our farmer increase their productivity by 20%. So all these research we will create an AI lab where we'll invest on training the talent, and we'll work with researcher professor to solve real problem. And these projects will be funded by us and our partner. So this is one. Second, we have signed MOU with Tsinghua University in China. Very soon you will get more detail, but we are very committed of 2 million AI job ready who can contribute to Indonesia, and then we have a larger ambition. They can contribute to Southeast Asia, and this is what I have been telling. It's a level playing field now, and then we cannot miss this opportunity, and you will get to hear more and more every quarter on this, because I report to my board every 3 months. Panezar is also my chairman, so he holds me honest on putting all the data, how real it is, and I get full support from all our management, our employee on this.
I see, thank you Mr. Vikram. Tadi mungkin ada spill sedikit ya. Jadi ada beberapa partnership. Yang pertama dengan NVIDIA, mungkin ada sebentar lagi akan diluncurkan partnership bagaimana membangun talent di Indonesia di bidang-bidang seperti pertanian dan lain sebagainya. Dan yang kedua tadi juga udah ada MOU dengan Tsinghua University di China untuk membuat talenta-talenta AI yang mungkin bisa berkontribusi tidak hanya di Indonesia tapi juga di Asia Tenggara. So I think it's a very exciting discussion. Thank you Mr. Vikram, thank you Mr. Manoj. I think to recap this, I think Indonesia, what we have today make one thing clear, which is like if we count AI as a body, so infrastructure is maybe the backbone, like the real bone of this body that strengthen Indonesia AI foundation and sovereignty. And we also need talent, which is the heart, ensuring that AI grows with human values and readiness for future challenges. But we also need the third pillar, which is mind, because bone and heart without mind is useless, and the mind is governance, which is the compass of mind that keeps innovation safe, ethical, and responsible. Without one or two of that, maybe we as a body can become crumpled, something like that. And yeah, ini adalah saatnya bagi pemerintah, industri, dan akademisi untuk bekerja sama. Jadi kita harus mengejar peluang untuk memposisikan Indonesia tidak hanya sebagai pengguna, tapi juga sebagai pembentuk nation shaper, alias negara yang membentuk tata kelola AI di ranah global. So this is the time for the government, industry, academician, all people to collaborate, because we have an opportunity to position Indonesia not just AI user, but also the AI nation shaper who lead with objective and empower people with technology. Maybe give a big round of applause for all of us. Thank you Mr. Vikram, thank you Mr. Manoj, and I will get back to MC.
Thank you to our panelists and moderators. Please do stay at the front Pak, karena sebentar lagi kita akan menyerahkan token of appreciation dari Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison, baik kepada Bapak Manoj maupun kepada Bapak Aditya. For Pak Vikram, you may hand over the token of appreciation from Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison to Twimbit as a symbol of gratitude on the collaboration in creating Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. Boleh berfoto bersama Bapak Pak Manoj, Pak Vikram, smile, look at the camera, and then boleh difoto lagi. Luar biasa. Dan kedua Bapak, Pak Vikram, please hand over the token of appreciation to Bapak Aditya Hadi, the senior editor of the Jakarta Post, who helped in creating an insightful and fruitful discussion this afternoon with all of us today. Thank you so much kepada Bapak Manoj, Bapak Vikram, dan Bapak Aditya. Please go back to your seat. Thank you so much for the panel discussion. Luar biasa. Dan untuk sahabat media maupun hadirin sekalian yang nanti ingin mempelajari lebih lanjut mengenai Empowering Indonesia Report 2025, di depan sudah ada QR, nanti bisa langsung di-download dan langsung menuju ke landing page Empowering Indonesia. Terdapat dua versi dari reportnya, yaitu bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Inggris. Jadi nanti bisa dipelajari aja, dilihat lagi dari 5 pilar kedaulatan AI, mana nih yang paling menarik informasinya. Oke, this marked the event of the launching of Empowering Indonesia Report 2025. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and we welcome you to enjoy the coffee break that are served in the foyer area. Thank you everyone, and have a good afternoon.